trillions of dollars of investments, debts, and financial risks cross oceans in milliseconds. Modern capital moves through a borderless digital network almost instantaneously. For most of history, finance was highly localized. Markets were contained within physical buildings, where human beings traded paper and shouted orders across chaotic floors. Because today's financial system is hyper-connected, a crisis in one country can impact markets on the other side of the planet in minutes. But the laws designed to manage those risks remain trapped within national borders. There is no world government for finance. No global police force has the authority to step in and regulate this interconnected web of capital. Yet this multi-trillion-dollar system functions through a hidden network of international organizations that write the standards for the global economy. The stability of the global financial system relies on institutions that possess zero legal authority to enforce their own rules. Located in Switzerland, the Bank for International Settlements acts as the central bank for the world's central banks. It does not accept deposits from individuals or corporations. The BIS hosts a series of standard-setting committees where global financial supervisors cooperate to coordinate policy. Through a mechanism known as the Basel process, these committees negotiate and forge a unified standard for bank capital requirements. But the agreements reached in Basel have a distinct limitation. On their own, they carry no legal weight. This international guidance gains power only when individual countries take those shared agreements back home and pass them through their own legislative processes to create local binding laws. The Financial Stability Board, or FSB, operates with a mandate from multiple governments to monitor the global financial system and identify systemic vulnerabilities before they have a chance to escalate. Like the BIS, the FSB cannot legally compel any member nation to adopt its recommendations or minimum standards. To secure compliance, the organization relies on moral suasion and peer pressure among the world's most powerful finance ministers and central bank governors. Nations want to maintain their standing in the global market. The desire to avoid being viewed as a risky or uncooperative jurisdiction leads them to implement the FSB standards domestically. In the absence of a global gavel, financial stability is maintained by the pressure of international peer expectation. A similar dynamic plays out in the securities markets, guided by the International Organization of Securities Commissions, or IOSCO. This document outlines IOSCO's 38 core principles. Grouped into 10 categories, they are designed to protect investors and reduce systemic risk. And just like the standards from Basel, these principles hold zero independent legal force. They function as a universal blueprint that local regulators copy and adapt to build their own national legal frameworks. Independent nations achieve global market integrity by voluntarily building their own domestic regulations from this very same master blueprint. When you look at the whole picture, global financial regulation is a massive exercise in voluntary international cooperation. The quiet consensus building of these international bodies only works because it pairs with the enforceable legal power of national regulators. Without national laws, international agreements are just text on paper. Without those international agreements, national laws are isolated from the world's capital. When a new banking regulation or market law is announced locally, it often reflects the national implementation of a broader international agreement. The financial rules governing your everyday life are the localized shadows of quiet agreements forged by the invisible architects of the global economy.